Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh here from Creatively on Sunday, June 12, 2022 with FLOSSTUBE number 129. Light's a bit terrible, it's nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon on day, God knows how many of just shitty weather basically. It's been raining and pouring and thundering and lightning and hailing and blowing a gale, and all the local peeps, so I guess a lot of people in New Zealand will know that, yeah, we're just having some really terrible wintry weather at the moment that's come all the way across the Tasman. So thanks Australia for your shitty weather, but oh well, someone's got to get it. Actually, you might hear thunder. We've just had the thunderstorm, another thunderstorm start, so we'll probably get hail as well, because thunder and hail go together. It's a thing. Actually, I took a little bit of footage on Thursday. I was working from, it was so wet last week. I was just like, I'm not going to go and wait at the train station in this horrible weather and get, sit steaming on a train with wet clothes and wet shoes and get to work, and can't really get to and from work dry if you commute. So I worked from home, but on Thursday I was having a late lunch and it's just, the weather was horrendous, so I took a little bit of footage, like 50 seconds, so I thought I'd just insert that now so you can see what the weather's been like. So that is, you might not be able to see it. I tried to pan down, there was a little bit of hail. I don't know if you can see the hail on the screen, but it wasn't very heavy hail, but it was just, there was hail, and we can see the water, just like sheets of water across the road, and yeah, it's been pretty crap. Luckily where I live, because it's a relatively 4-year-old development, it's been built with good flood protection, so we have swales which are designed to flood, or hold water, and then slowly seep away, and then there's like this kind of second and third tier flood protection. New developments can't go into the stormwater here in Upper Hutt because it's at maximum capacity, so we've got to kind of build our own flood protection into the site, but all of our properties are elevated, so we'd have to have a really bad situation go on for it to flood. We're higher than the river, elevated off the road and stuff, so nice new solid brick houses, so they don't move in the wind, and all my trees survived, although I don't think my pomegranate's going to survive. I don't know, it's looking a bit yellow, but it might come away next year, we'll see. Anyway, terrible weather. The light's terrible. It's 4 o'clock. I went into Wellington today to spend a little bit of time with my friend, and whose husband fell off the roof or off the ladder. She's not sure because she wasn't quite there when it happened, but anyway, he's had to have some surgery, had lots of broken ribs, and they've had to sort some out that have been multiple breaks, and I went and just spent some time with her this morning, bought her morning tea while we waited for her to hear that he was in recovery, which he was when I dropped her at the hospital. So my love goes out to you, you know who you are. I'm not going to say because it's your husband and it's a bit traumatic, and these bloody old men on ladders, honestly it's the kind of thing my dad would do, and in fact has done, but he hasn't fallen off the ladder. At least he hasn't told me he's fallen off the ladder. He told me he fell off the deck when he broke his ribs. And he only broke 2 and cracked a couple, so anyway, these bloody people in our lives. The ladder's fine though. Like my dad said, ask how the ladder is, and apparently the ladder's doing fine. So yay. Dad's doing okay. I have to check in with him later. He was going to look at a second-hand mobility scooter this week because he can't drive for several months, and he may not drive again. Depends on, I don't know. He's just waiting to see if he has any more funny tunes. And he's a little bit far away from the supermarket and stuff where he lives, like just far enough that it's a lot for him to walk there with his little Zimmer frame. So he's doing okay though. He's a bit bored, although he did go to the neighbours. They had a wedding anniversary, and he said he went there for a little party the other day, so that was quite nice. He had a very light breakfast, he said, and he checked his blood sugar before he went, and it was like 4.7 or something. It was just on the right side of it's okay, but he knew he was going to have a big feed and some wine and stuff, so he said that worked out really well. So he's doing okay. He just misses driving because it's freedom. He's got people who can give him rides and things, but obviously you got to plan it. You can't just spontaneously decide you want to drive into town and stuff. So I just visited a friend on the way home. I haven't seen for ages because we work together, but we're never in the office together. I'm barely in the office. I don't think she's even in the office less than me. And Karen, you're going to come along to Matariki. So in a couple of weeks, on the 24th of June, New Zealand has its first public holiday for Matariki, the Māori New Year. It all aligns with when Pleiades, or the Seven Sisters, which are actually more than seven, but they're in the sky, and there's a whole lot of whole mythology around Matariki for the Māori culture. So New Zealand is going to have that off on Friday the 24th. It's going to be like the third Friday or fourth, whatever it is. There's going to be a day every year on a Friday in June. It will move around a little bit. And the Wellington cross-stitching group, if you're a Wellington stitcher and you're not in the Wellington cross-stitching group on Facebook, either reach out to me and I can invite you if you can't find it, or ask to join. There are some questions you need to fill out. It is kind of handy because we are having relatively regular stitchy catch-ups now. There's a couple of different stitchy catch-ups organised by different people. So, and on that Friday we're having a kind of an all-day gathering for sort of a, well, not mid, but a winter Christmas / Matariki theme stitching, and it's at the Johnsonville Hub. So, and it's a small donation towards cost of morning tea, and some Anna's printing off has permission to print off some freebies from some designers for some Christmas cross-stitching if you're keen to join in the theme. I don't do Christmas, so I'm not, but I might have a new start on that day for Matariki. I've already picked that out, but I'll share that next week. But yeah, join that if you're Wellington, and you do need to answer the questions. They are moderated, so yeah. But if you don't know about that group, join it. It's sort of an offshoot of the New Zealand Stitching group, which is obviously for New Zealanders or expats to join. So let's talk about some stitching. Haven't received any stitching supplies. I won't probably have anything until my Silks for You and Rainbow Club are due, probably around Matariki in the mail. And I'm still waiting for my order from Hand Dyed by Stephanie, which last I had a look, it was still somewhere in the States, so it'll turn up one day. I do have a couple of PDFs. So one is a freebie and one is I purchased on. So the freebie is I got wind of it through Mama Loves You GB, so on YouTube. Michelle does a great job of most weeks. She's missed a couple. She looks for a freebie that's available and lets people know about it, and she has linked to some really great charts over the year she's been doing FLOSSTUBE. I think it's a year or so. So this one is Hutt String Samplery. So go to their website, Hutt String Samplery, and it's called 3 Peacocks. And she's got it finished as really sure pincushion or a needle book, but it's just a cute little sampler reproduction. So I copied that one because I like it in peacocks, and it's little and be perfect for a little scrap of fabric. It's 54 by 108. As she says, charted this little free design for DMC, but please substitute your favourite, I nearly said threads, favourite threads. You know, change it up, finish it however you like. So she said she tried to represent the original piece as best she could by charting for stitches where she could tell they had been, but leaving off stitches where there was no evidence of them ever existing. So there is some imbalance and unexpected quirks, so pay attention, she says. Yeah, so again, is the thing. So yeah, just go to her website and stuff, or check out Mama Loves You GB on FLOSSTUBE and have a look back through all her past videos. She links a lot of freebies in her doobly-doo in her description. And then I bought, I think, again through Mama Loves You GB, I believe there was a coupon code for this, it was on sale, so I grabbed this as well. And it's a reproduction sampler from Willow and Brook Needleworks, Margaret Thomas, and it's just really lovely. So the original looked like this, and there's she talks about there's a few quirks in the sampler because the wee lass was 11 when she stitched it. She missed out the J in her lowercase alphabet. She swapped some colours halfway through a letter, left the E off of age. As she said, all these quirks make the sampler special, and you wonder what was going on in this 11-year-old's mind while she stitched. They don't know when she stitched it because there's no date, and Margaret Thomas was very popular in the 19th century, so but yeah, it's sweet little sampler. So again, that's Willow and Brook Needleworks. And then that's all the new stuff, so a couple of PDFs, one on sale and one free. So you may recall last week I did my quick little video. I had a friend staying and she was off doing an art thing, and I quickly filmed my video, got it up really late after we got home from dinner. We went to dinner with other friends of mine and we didn't get home too late, like 9:30, but we'd both had terrible sleeps on the Saturday night. So I'm like, I need to go to bed, I'm knackered. So, and same with her. So we went to bed. I pretty much got ready for bed, edited my video and got it uploaded while I was asleep. So I don't even know what time it went up, but after 10. And I had originally intended to start my 21st start of 50 on Sunday, but I didn't. I started on Monday afternoon after I got back from visiting with my friends, with my scrappy friends for a kind of Queen's birthday. It was Queen's birthday weekend, Queen's birthday Monday, and you know, it was the Jubilee weekend as well, and they're both sort of royalists, so I had to put up with a little bit of Harry and Meghan talk. Meghan, sorry, my sister's called Megan, so I automatically say Megan, but Meghan. Harry and Meghan, you know, little Louis, Prince Louis and his antics, and which I kind of find it hilarious. All the media's like, oh, you know, like make it out like Louis was some cheeky little, it's like the kid's like 4, like that's what 4-year-olds are like, right? They pull faces, they get bored, they wriggle, they anyway, he's a cute little kid, I guess. I don't really care. Anyway, blah blah blah. On Monday I finally started my 21st start, which is Flowers Uprising by Tinsel cross stitch. The light's going to be terrible, which I stitched on, can I read that? 40 count, I spit my lip, 40 count Parchment by Country Stitch with the Belle Soie Alarm Fire, which was a rack from Judith, and oh my god, the fabric, the floss, this is what it looks like. This is the digital mock-up from the Etsy, so Tinsel cross stitch, digital mock-up, meh, you know, whatever. This floss is amazing, and I probably shouldn't have steamed it when I ironed it. And this Belle Soie does not bleed. It comes off on your hands, like it doesn't. The ink is not stable. So if you look really closely, there's a little bit of where I've had to frog a couple and it dyes the fabric, and I went over with tape and it's definitely dyed it slightly because my fingers would be, when I'm stitching, my fingers get pink. So this shit's gonna bleed, but it's, you know, I've managed to control it. Look at that colour, isn't it amazing? Oh my god. The variegation is subtle and beautiful, and I managed to get 3, like the bottom band and the two of the verticals, and I think there's 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 verticals, so I've got those first 2 done. So 3, that's a big one. So I would say I'm around a third done. I might be, oh, that's a little one. It's getting a bit dense. Yeah, so I'm about a third done, and I've used just over half of 1 skein of Belle Soie, so I'm going to have plenty. I think it's only going to take 2 skeins of Belle Soie. But yeah, I love this so much, and it's just that thing where, you know, Judith gave me that floss last year as a little gift. I think it was last year. I don't remember when she gave it to me. And I just put it away, waiting for the perfect sampler, because I think for me, it was too bright to use it for a reproduction sampler. But I love it in this so much. So this is always going to remind me of the lovely Judith, and she loves red, and I mean, come on. So yeah, I'm so happy with that. So I had thought about going ham on it and finishing it, but then I would have been like, I probably wouldn't have finished it, and then all I would have had to show you was a nearly finished sampler, and then this video would have been like 10 minutes, and that would have sucked, although I took 10 minutes to talk about other shit. So I decided to let it go, let it just take a few weeks, and I wanted to have more than one thing to show you. So I grabbed out this beauty, Come to the Garden by Teresa Kogut. This is was my birthday start number 1 of 50 for my 50 at 50. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Beige by Weeks Stoneworks. It is the old, it's not the Zweigart base, it's the old base, and it is not my favourite to stitch on, so I'm glad I don't have more of it, other than the other project that I think I've already stitched on this. I know I've got it kitted up for 2 things, or I had it kitted up for 2 things. What else did I can't remember. There is, doesn't matter. So yeah, that was 1 of 50. And I'm mostly called for, there are 3 substitutions. The bold red is a Victorian motto, and one of the beiges, I can't remember. There's 2 or 3 substitutions. And I finished the border. So last time you saw it, I still had this one and all of the top to do. And so I finished that one and all of the tops. The border is done. And then I came in and I did that big sort of center motif and the little brown bird that's above. So I have less than a third to go. Whoop whoop. So there's the I'm looking forward to, when I pick it up again, tackling that big ass basket of strawberries. That's going to be tremendous and splendid. Yeah, so I'm going to leave all the bees. There's quite a few because I have done a couple of bees, but I'm going to leave there's a couple more bees that I would normally do next. But I'm going to leave them, and then I can finish the other bees that are... there's 3 more bees to do. Yeah, 4. So I'll leave these 2 bees and stitch them when I do the bee that's up here and the bee that is in here. But yeah, I'll do that big ass basket of strawberries next time and see how we go, whether I get, say, that one and this one done. I don't think I'll finish it next time I stitch on it, but a couple more goes at it. Now that that border's done, should we look at that border again? Whoop whoop. I love it. So that's getting close to a finish now. Now that the border's done, I feel like the lion's back is broken. Is that this saying? The lion's back. Camel's back. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I lost my marbles back in 2020. And then, because it's June, and I printed this off on the 2nd of June and then forgot about it, I picked up the Jeannette Douglas Mini Bouquet sampler. Again, she's releasing re-releasing or publicly releasing each of these bouquets monthly, and she released the border back in December or early January. I think it was in December. All of these little bouquets have been previously released for various themes on various reasons or for shops, etc. And it's a really great stash buster because the list is huge. When you think that for a lot of the flowers you might use one single strand of floss, so I'm just subbing a whole lot of stuff from my stash and just keeping a track of what I use, but I don't kind of keep to it. I just change it as I like. For this month there was Bee's Knees by Weeks and Yukon Gold, and I previously have used the same floss for both of those, so I just picked one of the other ones I'd stitched with back when I did the pineapples. So yeah, should we show you what June looks like? So yeah, mini bouquet sampler, 40 count haystack from Country Stitch, and using all various, mostly over dyes, a couple of silks, mostly cotton, and that's it there. So this is June. The top of the vase is sort of clear, and then you've got the stems showing in the glass, and it's really pretty. I got that done last night. That doesn't take very long. They're pretty quick little stitches. So I do recommend, if you're not stitching it as a sampler, I do recommend going to her website and at least saving the PDFs every month, because each month she releases the chart where it fits in the sampler, but also she provides a chart with a border, sometimes another little personalisation, like it might have a word or something that and suggest you can finish things as a little smalls, a little giveaways. So they're sweet little charts just to have in your stash. You might want to stitch up a small for someone. You can stitch up a card, a little cushion, a little whatever. They're just cute little designs. So yeah, Jeannette Douglas Designs, her website. I don't have it written down anywhere, so you can work it out. It'll be fine. What's my next start going to be? I do have my starts for the next few weeks sorted out, but I think, yeah, I've got something picked out for the astrological first day of winter, which is the 21st, and so I'm going to have 2 starts that week, so then I'm going to start something on Matariki, so that's the 24th. I don't think I've got a gap until July now, and then I might ask your opinion. So I'm going to start this evening Fox and Rabbits pomegranate sampler, because my pomegranate bag is currently empty and that just can't be. So you may recall I purchased the Cottage Garden threads that they stitch their model in. So Felix and Cloudy Day. Cloudy Day, honestly. Today is a cloudy day. This is the colour of the sky today. And this is the colour of my heart. Really. So yeah, Felix and Cloudy Day. And I'm stitching it, because I didn't want to do it on white. I've got Newcastle 40 count from Country Stitch and Apricot Dream that I purchased for that. So I ordered a fat 1/8 for it because it's all I need, and I don't really want apricot fabric. It'll look great wad of it a mustache, so I think that's going to look really pretty. It's just going to give that hint of colour that, you know, without stitching it on a bright red. So that's what I'm going to stitch that on. 1 strand over 2, and I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to start that this evening. I'm going to cook some dinner. I'm going to get that started soon. I'm going to cook a chicken pancake pie, which is an old favourite recipe of mine. It has a whole lot of leeks, and instead of using a pastry, you sort of make a pancake topping and cook that on top, and it gets crispy on the outside but soft and fluffy. It's like having chicken stew on pancakes, really, but it's delicious. So I'm going to make that soon, and that'll have that for dinner for the next few nights. So that's pretty much all I've got for today's video. I am glad you came along. Thanks for your time. Hope you enjoyed your coffee or whatever beverage you had while you're watching me rabbit on about random shit. Yeah, I appreciate your support. I see I'm at 599 subscribers. Still working towards getting that 1,000 so I can control the ads a bit better. Who knows, maybe that'll happen. I do enjoy having a relatively small following because I can answer all the questions. I do enjoy the comments coming through. I will see you all next week, and until then, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.